intuition is real. I don't really, that it's.
Mm-hmm.
A lot
Yes.
of people associate it with like psychic abilities. They take it too far, and I believe in all that stuff. I believe some people do have like a sixth sense and whatnot, but intuition is something, and when you feel it, you know it. You just know that something is off, and you know when something is right. You know when someone's being genuine. You know what I mean? You feel that. You know that.
Yep.
And
you did not feel genuine at all.
You have to trust that instinct.
Yep. I've always my inner gut feeling, or whatever you want to say. Yep, exactly. Your gut feeling, Justice for. You have to pay attention to that. I believe it's like your guardian angel giving you a little twitch.
Yep.
I mean, I've had some psychic things happen to me. So, I don't want to get into that. People think I'm weird. But anyway, I don't want to think,
I would love to hear
very
it,
true
actually.
things that have happened to me.
I would love to hear it.
Well, we'll save that for. We'll talk about my haunted experiences and me, teleporting out of my body and that kind of stuff. We can talk about that sometime.
Right now sounds good. Go ahead. Let it out. You brought it up, so don't act all.
I know that's. People think you're crazy.
Wants to hear it. See, Justice wants to hear it.
They're gonna say that Linda is nuts.
Good, it's nuts. We need nuts.
Well, I totally want to hear it.
Okay, well,
right. Let's just Linda. Start talking.
No, let's just start out with. I have this weird candy ability to tell when people are pregnant, and they don't even know it yet. And I tell them what it is and the day it's going to be born. Now, I have not been wrong on 14 pregnancies before they knew it. And one girl, I told her every single time, and I said, you don't want me. And she goes, you better shut up right now because I'm going to the doctor. And I said whenever every one of her kids and what sex they were. So that's a little strange. I don't believe in like black magic and all that. I don't want to go down south and do any of that stuff. But I've had some encounters as a child where I was sleeping and something was talking through me, and my parents couldn't wake me up. My mom could tell you that story to this day. That's a little freaky. And I can remember that, actually. I used to hear like when I'd go to sleep, I'd hear, they call it white noise, but it's like a kind of noise like that, a humming like, and I can feel my body like getting light and like projected fast like a rocket, and your face even goes, but I'm not going nowhere. But and it's not a dream because I've woke up, and so if you think I'm sleeping, I'd get up and I'd sit around, and then I'd go back and lay down and still awake, and that would be happening to me. So that's weird. And when I was getting a tooth pulled once, I was knocked out completely. And my girlfriend was across the street talking on the telephone, and I seen her talking on the telephone. I heard both conversations. So when I woke up from the dentist office and she was taking me out, I said, well, how come Kevin said ... to you? And she said, what? And I said, oh, you were at Holiday talking to Kevin on the telephone, and the girl fainted, boom, right down on the ground, right there and then. Because I was right.
You're killing bitches with your stories.
I mean, she was like so shocked. She was so shocked, and she just fell down. She was like, how could that happen? You were knocked out in the dentist office. I know that. And I was talking to him, and that is what I said. So I can't explain that, but I can remember that.
Yep.
I've had strange encounters like that. I told you about my granddaughter in the grave. So, things like that. When I go into a cemetery and there's like the really old parts, I hear people talking.
Yeah.
I do. I mean, I hear voices, not like real clear words, but just a bunch of people like in my head, and maybe I am cuckoo. I don't know, because I don't talk to people that have these experiences, so I don't know if I'm cuckoo or not.
I have a question for you, though.
Yeah, go ahead.
On the projection experience you were talking about,
yep.
Did you feel anything in your body before it happened?
Yes.
Was it like almost like TV snow without the pain?
Yes.
All right.
Ringing in my ears, my body would go numb,
Yep.
tingling. And then I would start feeling like lighter, but then as soon as I felt light, I could feel the air and hear it. And
Mhm.
you know what I mean? And then in the next day, I always felt this was really weird because the next day when I try to get up, I couldn't move. I would like have to tell my body, like it would take me like 5 minutes to get out of bed. And it wasn't like, it was just weird. My arms and stuff would not move. I would be trying to roll over or whatever way I was and try to get up and I couldn't. I had to literally tell each body part in my head, move,
Yeah.
that's really strange. Can't explain that either. So I don't
can.
know. But, well, what is that then?
That is a spontaneous astral projection. There's a whole, Google it and read up on it. It's fascinating.
I've always been scared too because of it.
Yes,
happening
it is
to me.
scary.
And I've never fought it so hard where it doesn't happen to me again. But I find that it happens in haunted places.
Mm-hmm.
Not in, like, I haven't had it here in this house. And I only had it when I was a kid. And then when I moved into my apartment by myself, that's the only 2 places that I've done it. And I lived at the other place for like 5 years. So it was happening like continually for 5 years. I don't know if it's spirit energies that are around there or what it is that makes that happen.
Something's triggering your brain to sort of send your consciousness away for a minute. So it could be picking up on something that's there that it doesn't like, but there are people who will spend a lifetime trying to achieve that purposefully. And
really?
Here you are just doing it. Oh yeah. But the way you identify it as an actual astral projection and not just a thought thing is the physical sensation of the tingling, but it's not like it just fell asleep. It really feels like TV snow in your body, like an electric shock without the pain.
Yes, exactly.
That's it.
And then you hear that, like that. It sounds like I don't know. It's just strange. And you talk about that, people are like, yeah, that bitch is off her ride.
No. This is documented stuff, Linda. This is not imaginary. You really experienced that.
I've never looked into it because it's always been like, well, the part of me remembering when I was a kid, I remember not, and I'm talking before kindergarten, you know what I'm saying? So it's hard to say that you can remember things when you're 2 and 3 and 4 years old, but I was always scared to go to bed because of that happening. And I remember my mom went and got neighbors to try to wake me up, and I was talking in some foreign man's deep foreign voice, I guess. So I don't know. I don't remember the words. I do remember the experience. And when we moved from there, then it never happened to me as, the house I grew up in. After that, it didn't happen to me. I never had it until I was much older. And now sometimes I'm like, gosh, I would like that to happen, but no. And I have fought it off before. And I've thought, well, I'm just going to wake up and try to get rid of it. Stay up for 45 minutes I've done, and went back to sleep, and it happened again. And I just thought, well, there's no fighting this. I'm going wherever I'm going. I don't remember anything. It's not like I float over and look at it. That was the only one time I did that, was when I was in the dentist office and I seen somebody. Otherwise, I don't remember where I'm going or, I don't remember anything.
Right.
I just know I can't move in the morning. And that was always very scary to me. I was always thinking, I'm paralyzed. I cannot move because I'm trying to move. And it's like, what's going on here? I cannot move.
There are books written about that entire experience that describe it exactly like what you're saying. Not being able to move is like you haven't quite reconnected yet.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. Somebody else told me that just not too long ago. My friend goes, it's because your body isn't connected again. And I go, what?
That's it.
Now you say it, and it makes it seem very real. Oh, it really does. That's kind of scary stuff to me. I don't know.
It is scary because people that try to consciously astral project, you get to that point where you're just about to go, but then you freak the hell out, like, I'm not gonna be able to get back, and it's terrifying. It's a terrorific experience.
Yeah, it is. You don't know what's going on, and like I said, if I was going someplace and could remember, and it would be terrifying to me, that would be a whole different thing. But I don't remember anything or where, whatever happened in my flotation. But that's strange stuff. And when I was in Florida, I went to the Keys and I seen a Shaw and a shaman or whatever, and I had him read me, and I sat down, didn't say a blooming word, and not one word came out of my mouth Okay. I sat down. He took my hands. He rubbed my hands. He started telling me I'm going to have like indigestion problems in the future. I do, like heartburn and things like that. And he said some kind of vegetables or something to mix and do something that would help. And he also said that I need to tap into my given gift.
Mm-hmm.
And I see things more clearly than other people. He says you tend to be on a mindset like mine. So I don't know if he was talking about the psychic thing or what it was. I wouldn't know how to tap into that stuff. How do you say, brain, let's start thinking about this stuff?
Yeah.
How do we do that? I'm not that's why
Awen said earlier that she's going to do a tarot reading for me.
I
want her to do it on my channel. So then I would want her to do it for you on your channel.
Oh my God.
She could be traveling tarot lady.
Listen, I got a set of tarot cards and then somebody took them and used them. So I don't have them anymore because your cards are yours.
Yes.
Somebody else is supposed to use them. I understand tarot reading. I just never been able to read myself confidently enough. I mean, it's like, am I picking that card?
Yeah. The general rule is you don't read for yourself because you will not be impartial.
Right. So you won't be impartial. Exactly. Yeah. And I went to a person, that I knew was a fake and just wanted money. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Just kept saying things and trying to engage in conversation and get the answers. You don't do that. You should be able to read somebody with very little conversation whatsoever. So yeah, I would so love that.
That's how I reacted. Hey, Awen, what do you know about lucid dreaming?
A lot.
What is that?
All right,
lucid dreaming.
All
right. One of the things I've studied, and I know this sounds like a broken record with me, one of the things I've studied, but was Ayurveda and Buddhism and a lot of that spirituality. And this is where one of the beginnings of lucid dreaming, where it comes from. You can train yourself, and there's a certain meditative technique called transcendental meditation, where you can train yourself to get into a very, very deep meditative state, like the theta brainwave system. And you can get yourself down there. And when you go to sleep, there's triggers that you set. You almost self-program your brain to do this. And when you're in a dream, you trigger yourself to say, I am awake and I am aware of what's going on. And then you actually can take part in your dream consciously.
Yeah.
Huh.
And it's I'm not sure it's really the best thing you could do psychically for yourself, really, because your brain has to work things out in your dreams.
I have dreams that it feels like they're really happening, and I'm like, really there, and they're usually the most like stressful. Like it's exhausting, and I wake up exhausted, or I wake up and I'm like, I can't breathe. Like it's stressful. I'm like, oh my God.
I actually have gone to the ER several times waking up from a dream like that.
Sleep paralysis is a bitch. And I feel for anybody who has ever dealt with that, because I deal with it. And the first time it happened, I really thought I was dying. Because that you can't do anything. Everything is telling you to scream, do something, and you're just stuck there.
Or you're trying to punch somebody and you're just like,
you can't do anything. No, you physically, nothing will move.
Yeah, you're trying to scream and you go, nothing comes out.
You can't even move your mouth.
Did you see a visual, like an apparition during that experience? Something sitting on your chest?
All I was trying to do was, I was trying to get Wayne. I was trying to get his attention, and I couldn't. That's all I was focused on.
Wow.
But
sleep paralysis
is a bitch.
There's a biological reason for that happening. It's actually a mechanism of the brain, but it is one of the most terrifying experiences because your body is literally asleep. You cannot make any muscle movements or sounds, but your brain is very conscious. And what happens for most people that experience, they'll imagine a black shadow or a witch or something sitting on their chest, like sucking their breath out, and they can't live. And there's stories throughout history of this experience, and it's only been in the last 10 years where neuroscience has actually said, oh, look here, we can see it happening, look at the brain, and they can actually watch it happening. But it is I've had it 3 times in my life, and I remember every single one of them.
I have had it probably 3 times in the last month. It happens
Oh
a
my
lot.
God.
Wow.
And it feels like I'm fighting for my life, and that's why I'm trying so hard to get Wayne's attention, and I can't. And
Right.
he's like 3 inches away, and it's horrifying.
Yeah, that's
And
way
there's
too
almost
This is
times at
happening?
night, like I wake up like every hour on the hour. I do not sleep because I have crazy dreams. I can't sleep. Sleeping is not fun for me at all. It's not peaceful. It's not restful. It's not exhilarating when you wake up in the morning and
I'm
the birds
never
are chirping.
exhilarated.
No, fuck that. So I wake up all the time, and there's times I can almost know that I'm going to experience it. I can just feel it, and I try to make myself stay awake. I would rather just stay awake for 3 days straight than deal with that just once.
Yep.
I don't like it either. I was telling Denise that I get this anxiety to go to sleep. It's
3 times in 1 month, though. That's really bad.
Is that?
I know.
Have you told your doctor about that?
Oh yeah, we've talked about different options, and see, me and I got issues, but yeah.
Is there something in your brain that's? Are you awake? What I'm trying to do? Are you awake when this is happening, and you just can't get up?
You're conscious, but your body is asleep.
Conscious, but your body is not.
Right.
Wow.
You know how sometimes when you fall asleep,
that's like how
I
feel.
100% paralyzed. You can't even move your eyelids.
That's exactly how I feel in the morning after I've done that.
Yeah. Well, that's how I feel in the middle of the night sometimes.
Wow. Maybe you're doing the same thing.
No, I didn't sleep in Wisconsin. Not at all.
I know you didn't. I was like, I was like, sorry guys, I'm old. I'm going to bed. My leg hurts. Good night. Everybody have a party. And Carla Chase jumps in my bed. And she goes, I go, who's this? She goes, it's me, Carla. I'm spooning with you. I said, come on, baby. You can spoon with me anytime.
That was funny.
And I don't
know. That sleep paralysis is no fun. And I also have dreams that happen like a month later. It is the most bizarre. Nice food, Glenda, thanks.
Oh.
I mean, it's the most bizarre thing in the world. Like, to have a dream and then to actually come to fruition, that weirds me out.
I'm not trying to boob shut anybody, so let me do this. There.
See, done it like 10 times.
Well, I'm sorry, because I'm trying to pull my screen down.
I'm not sorry. It's a great shot.
Put it onto my keyboard so I can see, you know what I'm saying? But like I said, it would help if I turned the lights on so I could type in the dark instead of the dark, because I have a hard enough time anyway. Why give myself more problems?
Oh my gosh, Catnip.
I still remember. Oh, look at that. I know. See, look at that. What the hell, Linda, are you writing? Get that shit off there, you embarrassment.
I have been talking for 5 minutes and not realized my mic was muted.
Oh
my gosh, am I rubbing off on
special? So I'm going to ask you again, Denise.
Okay.
Do you ever get the feeling when you're falling asleep where you may even dream that you're tripping over something and you fall and your body physically jerks and you wake up with a jump?
Yes.
All the time.
All right. That's the same mechanism of sleep paralysis, but that's your body being afraid to fall asleep, so it jerks you awake.
Yeah.
Like, no, don't fall asleep, where your body doesn't want to let go yet and put itself to sleep. So that's something that you could even mention if you do a sleep study or something, because that tells the doctors that your body is triggering that mechanism way too many times, and there's a physical reason for that, and they can physically treat that.
Yeah, it's PTSD.
There's hope for that.
There's PTSD is associated with the electric shocks like that. So I get them from noise. Like if even my own voice sometimes will put that like electrical, like somebody, like my whole body fell asleep, but it's like a big jerk. Like when you're going to sleep and you get that jerk and you jerk like that, I get that from noise. And that they say is PTSD.
Yeah, the sleep paralysis is a physiological.
When I'm falling asleep, I know I fight it because I hate to sleep. I hate it.
Yeah.
It is not comfortable. It is not fun. There's nothing exciting about it. And every time I wake up, I just sit up and I'm like, fine, I'll just stay up for now. And then finally I'll fall back asleep for a little bit. And then literally every hour on the hour. And I really don't even fall asleep till like 2:30. And then I hear Wayne's alarm at 5. So in that 2.5 hour period, I'm up a lot. Like, it's ridiculous. So no, I don't sleep at all. I haven't had a good night's sleep since like 1987. So it
my
doesn't,
goodness.
I mean,
Oh,
like I'm
wow.
used to it.
Catnip.
I'm
That's
used
terrible.
to it. But yeah, no. And like
Catnip.
going and having it treated, here's the deal. I don't want my meds changed because
Right.
I just don't want my meds changed because it took so long to figure out something that, didn't make me want to like scratch my skin off my face. You know what I'm saying?
Yep,
Like, I don't want to go through that. Like, my body is like allergic to serotonin for like 3 months, so I don't want to have to start over with anything.
Right. Yeah, and that's a tricky thing because getting better sleep would help with the anxiety and other things.
Oh, yeah.
But then if you change your meds, then you have a whole new world of issues to deal with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sleeping pills are not fun. I took Ambien for the first time when I was 17. I was prescribed it, and hell no, fuck you.
Yeah.
Those were the. You want to talk about vivid, lucid dreaming? Take some Ambien. That for me, that was the worst experience ever.
How about those melatonin or whatever they are, like gummies?
That's a joke. My body's like, ha, no.
Oh, really?
Ambien would gave me this recurring nightmare. It was like literally every night, and it was the worst nightmare of the most horrible things happening. And I was screaming and not like it. No, I took it for like a week. It was instant. I'm like, nope, not taking this no more. So then fast forward to about 4 years ago, and she, my new doctor offered it to me, and I'm like, nope. What else do you got? And now she gave me Remeron, which. Now I've had it for so long, and I don't take it that often because it's hell on my acid reflux. So, but when I do, it's like I can fall asleep for a couple hours longer, but I still don't sleep. So it's just kind of sitting there. I don't know, but I have crazy dreams.
I just stay awake until I start falling asleep. I mean, until I start doing this, and then I lay down. Otherwise, I am awake and I will fight it because I get anxiety about going to sleep. I think that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life. I'm like, what the hell is the matter? Why are you anxious to go to? Why are you too anxious or too wound up to go to bed when you're tired? What does that mean? I feel like I've lost my brain.
How would they treat that? Would that be like with prescriptions, I guess?
Yeah, it would depend. There could be an actual physical problem, right? In say your prefrontal cortex, your amygdala, or something like that.
Whoa, them are names I don't know.
There could be a physical issue that they would have to do, all kinds of scans and testing and sleep studies and crap to find out. But it can be treated, although most courses of treatment will start with psychology and like sleep meds, but you do not need sleep meds. Oh my God, no. That would be the worst thing that they could try. But, I would say definitely get some scans done, because if there's something wrong that they can actually fix, that could change everything. Because sleep paralysis is terrifying, but 3 times in a month, that could cause you some really serious other physical issues.
Oh, I've got physical issues. I mean, it's all I'm a disaster. But yeah, no.
Wow.
It's crazy.
Catnip, I'm so sorry. Catnip's telling a terrible story here about her hallucinating and all this stuff, and she's like hard to describe type or whatever it is. But one thing I would do would count by tens, like I would yell 10, 20, 30, etc. and pound on the floor or wall.
Wow.
And it's not really funny. She was an allergic reaction she had to things, and she was hallucinating, and that's terrible. I'm so sorry that you went through that.
Scary.
Denise, have you tried meditation at all?
No.
I'm not a believer of it. I wish I was.
Let's talk.
Okay, let's talk.
Let's talk. We'll talk.
Oh, we get talk now?
Everyone's gonna fix me. Awen, if you could diagnose me.
Okay, I want to hear this.
I got some shit for you.
I'm your fucking moon shadows, both of you. You ain't getting rid of me, no how, no way. If you don't include me in your fucking chats, I'm gonna haunt you down because I gotta hear this shit.
We'll do it. I know meditation sounds, that's just silly, blah blah blah.
I don't think that. It's just not something because I can't sit still long enough to actually focus on anything like that. And here's the thing. It like the last time I was in IOP, like an intensive outpatient program, it was in 2016, just a few years ago. And one of the exercises they made us do was close your eyes and breathe. I fucking hyperventilated and had to leave the room because that controlled breathing, controlled breathing, like even talking about it now makes my skin crawl. It was so uncomfortable. And so that I associate that controlled breathing with meditation, whether I'm right or wrong, but that's how I associate it. So that's why I'm like, nah, then maybe that's not for me.
Yeah,
so
we can definitely work around that.
So yeah, if I'm wrong, please educate me because that's how I associate it.
Yeah, certain schools of meditation, like transcendental and things like that, do a lot of controlled breathing. But like you, that drives me crazy. I get very upset if I try to control my breathing. So I do a more yoga approach where when you're practicing yoga, you let your breath do whatever the hell it wants. If you want to be panting, you pant. If you want little breaths, you do little breaths. Whatever your body wants, you let it do that. Otherwise, you're just creating more anxiety. So what on earth is the point of meditating? You know? So yeah, you don't have to do controlled breathing in order to meditate.
Yeah, I can't. I'm like, okay, yeah, Linda, calm down, breathe. Yeah, yeah, right.
Yeah.
Try to control that for 5 seconds. I don't think so. I'm like, yeah, this isn't working. You guys, I'm more anxious now than when you told me to relax. Okay, it just doesn't work. Yeah. But my aunt used to do this thing when I was younger. And I've tried it just by watching her. I've tried it. It's kind of helped. She used to listen to a tape that would say, okay, relax your feet, relax your toes. Remember, you just feel weightlessness, you know, and then she'd work her way all the way up her body until she was relaxed. Now I've tried that and a couple times it has worked, but I don't ever remember doing it to say that when I was anxious or upset about anything or anxiety was stepping in, because I don't know if I would be able to do that then, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it can be very relaxing. By the time you get to the top of your head, you are so like relaxed, but not, I mean, relaxed like your floating body is weightlessness kind of, not sleeping, but that relaxed like you are sleeping, but not to go to sleep. You know what I mean? Does that make sense at all?
It does make sense. Absolutely. Okay. And a lot of people struggle with even that because you have to kind of let go of your body for that time. But there's a natural innate fear of doing that.
Exactly.
You know, I can't be not conscious of my hands because what if they disappear? What if they fall off? You know, but that's what it feels like.
Yeah. No, I'm not laughing at your situation. I've had those thoughts. So
yeah, exactly.
And like it's funny how we can now talk about anxiety and all these weird things because at the moment we're not experiencing it. And like how Paul and I did when we talked, you can laugh at it when you're not in the middle of it.
Right.
Because you can look back at yourself and be like, what the fuck were you thinking, you dumbass? You know? Why did you flip out because they put too much cheese on your fucking taco at Taco Bell or something stupid? You know, like the stupidest thing set you off and then you're just in it and you can't make it stop. And then once you do like calm down and look back, that taco, it has nothing to do with the function of your life. But for whatever reason, it was the end of the earth at that moment. And it makes absolutely no fucking sense. And it's so frustrating.
Yes. I'm like, what the hell did you freak out about that for?
Right.
You know? I mean, it's like, I feel like a pressure cooker, you know, and it's just like, it's going to blow. I'm like, what the heck is it? What is going on? You know, I mean, there's nothing going on to make me do that. You know, that's hindsight 2020 type thing. But when it's going on, it's real. It's real, suckers. I don't care what y'all saying.
It is real.
My heart is beating for a reason. I am extremely upset for some reason. I do not know why at this very moment, but I will find out. Okay. I mean, I am one that picks myself apart to figure out why these things happen to me. And, you know, outside of getting diagnosed as totally insane and need to be in a nut ward, maybe. I don't know. You know, I guess I'm glad they don't have insane asylums anymore because I'd probably be a number one resident because I've got some stories that make your hair curl. They make mine curl. What am I talking about?
those are called psychosomatic responses, where your emotions and your whatever's going on psychologically can trigger absolute real symptoms in the body.
Yes.
And you can't dismiss that,
Absolutely.
because you can think yourself into a heart attack, you know?
Right.
Is that true? You really can? Because
Yes,
I
you
swear
can.
to God, I felt like sometimes my heart is like just not, this is something's going on wrong here. And what
Yes.
was just an anxiety attack coming on. But I didn't know that at first.
Yep.
You know, I had to learn to carry a brown paper bag with me, a lunch bag to breathe in, because I would find myself hyperventilating, trying to calm down.
Right.
And I'm so ask me backwards. I tell you what.
Now you're more normal than you think, I think.
Right.
Yeah,
Exactly.
it's just things people don't talk about.
Yeah.
Like I said, I mean, here I am talking about, things when I was a kid, and people are probably thinking, yeah, you are a kook. But they are true facts. They're not something I made up,
I think looking at chat, people are thinking like, wow, you too? Whoa, I'm not alone. I'm not crazy. Cool.
Yeah.
So
It's a sign of intelligence. Well, thank you. I think I just fell in love. Somebody calling me intelligent. I love you. Yeah. No, I believe it. No cuckoo. Yeah. I mean, it's nice to find that other people have these situations. It's nice to have somebody explain that like you do. Supermod. You can be my for a while. I'm ready to pay the.
Yeah, so we're gonna get a bill in the mail.
Session start. It can be
She's
broadcast.
gonna send
I
us
don't
a
care.
PayPal invoice and be like, "Pay up, bitches."
Listen, you can do me on lives. I don't care. People can learn from my psycho. I don't care. As long as I'm helping somebody, because I'm all about helping people. I'm all about opening up my mind. There's many, many doors there that need to be opened.
that's what it's all about, healing.